What happens when a business podcast realizes it was never just about business? What happens when the woo you've been exploring starts showing up in your life and your relationships, in your decisions, and everything? That's exactly what happened here, and it's time to talk about it. That's today on this special mini episode. Hello and welcome to welcome to Woo Wisdom. I'm your host, Andy Walker, and yeah, if you just pause for a second there, you're not alone, because this is a shift. Up until now, Woo Biz has been about one core idea. What happens when you bring intuition, energy, and unconventional tools into business? And we've gone deep into that. Tarot, intuition development, manifestation, numerology, and energy work, all of it. But something interesting started happening. Those conversations didn't stay in business. They started showing up everywhere, in your life, in your relationships, in the quiet moments where you're trying to decide what to do next. And that's when it clicked for me. This was never just about business. It's about how you live. Because the same intuition you use to make a smart business decision is the one that tells you this feels right, or this feels off. This is worth it. No, this isn't worth it. So calling it Woo Biz started to feel a little small. Too narrow anyway for what this really is. So here's the shift. Woo Biz becomes Woo Wisdom, Woo Wiz if you like. We're not abandoning business, we're just expanding beyond it. You're still going to get intuition in decision-making. You're going to get tools like tarot and numerology and how to use it, whether you believe in that stuff or not. Real ways to apply this in your work. But now we're opening it up to your life, to your relationships, to your growth. Because this isn't just about building something out there. It's about becoming someone in here who has a knowing about everything that's going on, about connecting to all facets of life. And let's be clear about one thing. This has never been about choosing between logic or intuition. They're both equally important. And we don't want to sway too far into the woo because it's going to seem too wooey and disconnected from the real world. And we, don't want to swing too far into business and logic and that because it's too cold, unhuman, and really, it doesn't work. It has to be that amazing blend. The people who actually move forward use both. Logic gives you structure. Intuition gives you direction. And when those two things line up, things start to click in a very different way. And one more thing. Woo Biz Plus becomes Woo Wisdom Plus. Same idea, just expanded. This is where we go deeper. Longer conversations, more insight, more of the tools that you can actually use in your life and your work with our practitioners and our interviewees. So if you've been part of that already, nothing's going away. It's just going to get better and more aligned with where we're headed. And honestly, I want to finally say thank you for your feedback. Thank you for loving Woo Biz as a show. Thank you for getting us through essentially what has been our first season with the show, regardless of its name. And whether you're here for the free weekly episodes, or if you support the show with the cost of a premium coffee every month and go deeper with the extended content, you're part of something that's evolving into something pretty special. We're growing. And part of the reason that we're growing is because you're sharing the show. So I hope you'll share Woo Wisdom too as we step into the expanded topics. Anyway, I'm your host, Andy Walker. This is Woo Wisdom. Sometimes, maybe we'll call it Woo Wiz. It's where the woo meets your life, your work, and your relationships. And as I always say, don't forget, stay in the woo.